Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much to the RSPO Secretariat for inviting me, and I hope a little sand to this sea of knowledge that we have here today. This is the presentation overview. I will be speaking about general context and background of what we have in our region in Colombia, the challenges, strategic innovation within our scope, and the transformation of the supply chain. Context background in terms of Dabón. Production base includes 5 farms, 7 cooperatives, and the Tequendama extraction mill, headquarters located in Santa Marta, Colombia. Total owned area is about 6,754 hectares, 4,770 hectares owned by smallholders, about 3,000 hectares on development. All of them are certified RSPO IP under the IP traceability scheme. Gabon is the single major agricultural employer in the region with more than 3,000 direct employees and an influence of over 15,000 people. Thank you. More than 520 families of smallholders are involved since 2001 in this smallholder program that began as a peace program in our country because of the high violence that we had in the rural sector. This brings us to the Dabón sustainability policy and how we have embraced what we do and what are the challenges that we have identified in the transformation of what we've done. We aim to promote environmental protection and human development as a fundamental pillar of our corporate mission and vision, with means to achieve optimum levels of social development, leadership, competitiveness, environmentally sustainable and socially fair productive system. So this is where I want to bring our presentation towards. This is most of our commitments to international certifications in terms of our company. Now, before coming into strategic innovation and transformation of the supply chain, I just wanted to briefly go through what we have identified as challenges that we have within our company and how we are working on them towards certified sustainable palm oil in Colombia particularly. There is a lack of government support in key areas such as education and basic community infrastructure, parks, leisure areas, community centers. There's a minimum interaction between local governments and organized smallholders, which it's supposed to be stronger than it is, but it really has not been from the government to the smallholders. There's a certain type of lack of motivation to generate continuous improvement within the co-ops to meet their identified farm reaches. Now, as group manager of smallholders and community, we do identify through baselines and social baselines what continuous improvement from the company to the smallholders and the community we can provide. But again, there has to be an interior motivation to generate a continuous improvement from the smallholder or community level towards the community, towards themselves. Security and generational takeover of the farms consider the ages of our allies. 95% of our smallholders or the community members are elderly and are now in the process of inheritance to their families. So this poses a problem or poses a threat over the smallholder, because what we've had is that people are increasing their economic power, sending families to go to schools. They become doctors. They don't wanna go into the farm again, which is perfectly fine, but then they want to sell and leave whatever's rural. So there has to be a swift generational passover. Generate social responsibility within co-ops and community towards the community, since there are no small businesses. Now, as a company, as a group manager, we also have a CSR strategy, but again, we need small businesses, or what we have aimed to become independent completely, and small businesses to generate their own their social responsibility to the community, and then increase the availability and procurement of CSPO with new smallholders, with allies, or external purchases whatsoever. In Colombia, we're the only certified RSPO company. Our base production are smallholders, and we need to increase that area. If it's smallholders, if it's not allies, if whoever's in our community and wants to become RSPO should be able to do so. So how have we targeted all of these challenges that are posed to us, and the ones that are becoming more relevant? That one supports communities in the management of funds for social and environmental improvement and enhancement of education curriculums. For example, using Solidaridad, the NGO, as programs for them to certify non-cooperated Northern Colombian smallholders. We act as fund, as a grant receiver for them to then replicate what they've been doing on the field, and what the RSPO scheme is all about. Private and community school collaboration to increase the expertise of multi-level teachers as to educate other objective population than children, illiterate and elderly, on computer skills. So this is basically us acting as an intermediary with private schools to pose a new curriculum and a new skill to the teacher, so they can again pass to the children, because we are not teachers in our company, but they are very good at doing so. In education in agro-environmental, kids are guided through our HCVs and taught to identify native trees, shrubs, and animals, and this is the way we act as a part of our conservation strategy for the company within the community and smallholders. Inclusion of smallholders operation and logistics into our full LCAs and GHG accounting methodology. And this is basically a part of what we have defined as the Davon Carbon Offset Program, which is basically using the CDM project and offsetting HCVs and other areas, and include smallholders and community members into our own accounting of carbon credit, into our carbon emissions. This goes in line with a continuous monitoring of the PAS 2050 UK certification system that we have on our place, and it's linked directly to the waste reduction program that we have. We generate about 1,000 tons of compost, and we then again put it back into our fields and the smallholder fields. So it's a very close loop within our zero waste management program. And then we have what we call a Fair Trade CDM project, which is basically a collaborative approach to empower smallholders even more into independence and to generate social capital within our communities. Basically, what we're going to do is transfer the equivalent of CERs using a CDM project to the FFB process from the smallholders allocated in the fund. The premium is managed using the same methodology as a fair trade program established in our banana plantations, because this is a way of standardizing operations using a premium that does not come from the consumer but comes from the company itself. The capital investment of the CDM project comes directly from the company, not from the smallholders. Fund is to be used only for social, educational, and environmental community programs, different to our internal social agenda. So this is the way of them generating CSR within their smallholder communities and sending them to the community and to the workers, to our workers themselves, because they're part of the community as well. The fund protocol was set up at the Wharton School of Economics at the University of Pennsylvania. They came down to Colombia, they saw what we had, and they set up the fund and work it all the way from smallholders community and then the company itself. And the CDM project is operational since October 15, very recently. We hope to have our CERs emitted every 6 months, so we can have a capital running within that project. Transformation of the supply chain, 4 minutes. Organic and RSPO certified smallholders. This has been the last 5 years of our company, investing a lot of time into this, re-educating from 2006 to 2009, which was the reconversion time, re-educating farmers into organic production and increase their knowledge in organic amendments, composting, conservation areas, buffer zones, integrated pest management, and it was very difficult considering that they came from a background of cotton, rice, corn, and now turning into palm, and which is a new crop, and then turning it into organic was a very interesting project, but a very interesting project because it got to know us even more, our community and our smallholders. A lot of misinterpretation of the organic part is in the community. And then from 2009 to 2010, we taught all of the RSPO components, solid waste management, water conservation, soil improving techniques, documentation, legal hiring that we had. It was very mouth to mouth. Documentation that we all think we have had that problem. We're very good at doing, but not very good at documenting, and considering smallholders, they don't document anything. Personal protection equipments for them and for their employees. Grievance procedures, to have them in our grievance procedure within our company, to make them part of what we want to have as a community and corporate grievance procedure, harassment, etc. This was all the procedures that we had to include with them. So we worked for over a year in this process, and I think we at the end was a very inspiring project. At the end, just basic comments. Constant education and monitor is required in this type of projects and in transforming Latin America into a bigger space of CSPO. Once you have people being educated and community being educated and aware of what your company is doing, you have to keep on doing education and a lot of monitoring, a lot of reminding of what is it all about. Involve the family nucleus. That is one of the challenges that we had, how to not only have the man that works or the woman that works within our scope, but also have the family and make the family part of the company, and the family part of the company and the company part of the family. It secures it secures the family, diversifies economy of the family nucleus, which is very important considering you only have one person working usually in these areas. We have increased social security and healthcare for working community members. Smallholders, working community members are now in the social security system, which means that they and their family are within social security, that it makes them protected in case of accidents and diseases, which are very common in Colombia. And then there's a vertical integration of laborers or workforce, because you have people younger working in their own farms, working in other farms, working in our farms. So it's a way to vertically integrate what we have within our area. And that's it. Thank you very much.